Hi, my name is Maria Laura Camacho, and this is my evidence tree for contemporary world. Introduction. As we have learned in the previous topics, our world has many cultural, social, economic, and technological changes that humanity has experienced through the pass of the years. We can see that the last few decades in our history have been especially dynamic, with the only constant being change on account of cultural transformation and technological innovation. Decades and their events. From 1990 to 2000. The first event that we have is the crisis of the social bloc. That is, it was when Gorbachev restricted the use of terror within the USSR and police violence and military intervention in the communist bloc. The bloc began to disintegrate in the 1960s and broke apart completely between 1989 and 1991 after the semi-free elections in Poland in June. After World War II, that was not dominated by communists from the Polish United Workers' Party. Then we have when Nelson Mandela was elected president of South Africa in 1994, as genocide was occurring in another African nation. Another event that was occurring in Europe was the Channel Tunnel opened connecting Great Britain and France. Then we have the death of the Princess Diana. That it occurred in 1997. It happened when the Princess Diana dies in a car accident in Paris. Diana and his couple were in vacation on Paris. The paparazzi start to chase their car and the conductor loses the control. Then we have the next decade, that is from 2000 to 2010. The first event that we have is on September 11 of 2001. That it was when an airline he had a terrorist attack where happened on the most catastrophic events. The attack of one of the Twin Towers. It is known as the deadliest terrorist attack where almost 3,000 people lost their lives. Then we have the birth of Facebook on 2004. That, as we know, Facebook was created as a new way to socialize from the internet. And this platform or app has changed many lives, where you can do many things, know more people, or also create your own business. Next, we have when President Obama was elected. This was a great event because it was really important because Obama was the first black president in history. Then we have the last decade, that is from 2010 to 2021. The first event that we have is when Trump was elected. Donald Trump is elected in the 45th President of the United States and the 5th President in the U.S. history to win despite losing the popular vote. And finally, we have the COVID-19, that is a virus discovered in December 2019, that the propagation of it starts until January of the next year, when people start noticing it is a highly contagious and this leads to a pandemic. Then we have the next definitions of concepts. The first one is globalization. That in simple terms, globalization is a process by which people and goods move easily across borders. Globalization has brought many benefits to many people, but not to everyone. Principally economic benefits. Then we have the word terrorism. that is a violent criminal acts committed by individuals or groups who are inspired by or associated with designated foreign terrorists or organizations or nations. Then we have unipolar world. Unipolarity in international politics is a distribution of power in which one state exercises most of the cultural, economic, and military influence. Unipolar systems are not the same as empire. It is important to say that in unipolar system there is only one great power and no real competition. If a competitor emerges, the international system is no longer unipolar. Finally, we have the digital era. That is a historical period that began at the middle of the 20th century, characterized by the rapid epochal shift from the traditional industry established by the Industrial Revolution to an economy primarily based upon information technology. Finally, the last part was the part of the questions. The first question was why did the globalization emerge? The merge of the globalization was introduced by promoting inherent wealth among all countries in the world. Then we have, in the most cases, what caused the terrorist attacks of the 20th century? I consider that terrorism is not new. However, since 1960s, there has been an increase in terrorist attacks in Britain and an increase in the fear of terrorism. Terrorists aim to bring a complete change in the country, such as overthrowing the government or forcing a major change in the law of publicity. Then we have how does the end of the Cold War can relate with the unipolar world? Because the Cold War led to the disintegration of the USSR. After the World War II, the world was bipolar, the superpowers being USA and USSR, but after Cold War it became unipolar world led by the United States. And finally, how has the digital era influenced today's society? I think that with the creation of the internet, it gives us access to information at 24/7, right? And you can have access to almost anything online. In addition, it allows students to get work done easier. Students can take quizzes and exams more easily. And teachers being able to hold online classes can be very effective. And here are the references where I search to get or obtain the information previously explained. Thank you.